This past summer, for the first time, a Virginia homeowner received the prestigious LEED Platinum Level certification for their home. Now, that's the U.S. Green Building Council's highest level for environmentally conscious construction, and the requirements for it are really very strict. Well, it's no surprise to us that the home is right here in Arlington. So let's take a trip to see the greenest house in Virginia.
In an older neighborhood like this in Arlington, you hardly expect to see one of the most innovative designs in green buildings. But we're going to see one right here in Westover. Come along with me, we're going inside right now. Patty!
Hey Joe, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for having us by today.
Thanks for coming.
This is Patty Shields, truly the visionary behind this green gem in Arlington. We're really looking forward to our tour today. Patty, this is the first LEED Platinum house built in Virginia.
It sure is.
But I understand it didn't happen by accident.
Well, it didn't. You know, in order to do something like that, you really got to plan from beginning to end. And with this house, we work with Arlington County, their Green Home Choice program, to really plan the house from beginning to end with architects and engineers. Well, what we've done with this house is we use something called gravel pave, which is a set of rings that you lay down over large stone gravel, and that large stone gravel is about 12 inches underneath, and so it almost serves as a reservoir. Then this set of rings sits on top of that, and then you put your nice pretty gravel in it and it locks in. So it acts like pavement, it can hold a car, but when it rains, that entire piece underneath acts as a reservoir, holding the water and preventing runoff.
Very, very pervious, letting a lot of water go in so it doesn't go in down storm drains and affect our local water quality.
Yeah, and one of the other things we've done is, when I talked about water conservation, not just making sure we have pervious surfaces, but making sure we can conserve as much water and preserve that rain when it comes down so we can use it later. Can I show you a couple?
I'd love to see how you do that.
All right. Well, Joe, let me show you this. These are our rain barrels, and what this does is this carries the water from our roof above. We filter it through a screen here, but then it retains the water.
Patty, with your rain barrels and your cistern, just how much rainwater are you capturing?
So this site is developed to accommodate a 1-inch rain.
Okay.
So what we have here, this is a 60-gallon barrel. Up above, we have a green roof. So the combination of that green roof and this rain barrel allows us to catch a 1-inch rain. So Joe, there's a whole lot more to see inside. Would you like to come in?
We're very anxious to do so.
This is the kitchen area, and there are a couple things I'd like to highlight in here that we looked at from a green perspective. That's the post and beam, that's a structural part of the house. And instead of using solid wood, what we did in this case is this is a recycled wood. It's a post-industrial recycled wood, so it's wood that they otherwise would use for furniture, but it's not good enough. Of course, you can see we have Energy Star appliances. The countertops in this house, and a lot of people, this is sort of a new thing, these are made of concrete.
Okay, really substantial.
Yeah, they were poured in place, and of course, there's many recycled components in concrete. And then, of course, when you take it down, it can be recycled again. So it's a nice renewable material.
And durable?
Very durable. The house was built out of something we call structural insulated panels. And what you have is plywood on either side, and then styrofoam, like a cooler, on the inside. And what this does is it turns your house into a cooler. Your house is so well sealed and so well insulated, you don't lose heat in the winter, you don't lose cool in the summer. Another component to this is to make sure you have good windows. This is a plexiglass window, and it's about 1 inch thick. And inside it is something called aerogel or nanogel. And that is a highly insulating gel. And what that does in this case is it allows this window, this light wall, to be about as insulating as a 2x4 construction wall with fiberglass. So now that we've talked about how the house was built, let's talk about the brains of the operation, how we heat and cool the house in an efficient way. This is our geothermal HVAC system. And what you can look at here, we've got two tubes coming right behind you, up over you. One goes out of the house and one goes in the house. This is what we call a closed loop system. And there's a liquid that runs through this tube down through two wells that we dug, each 320 feet. What that does is it uses the ambient temperature of the earth, which is 55 degrees. Water's 55 degrees when it comes through the tube and through the system. It takes the heat out of the system in the summertime, runs it down into the ground, and sinks it into the ground. So it acts as a heat sink in the summer and a heat source in the winter. And this cuts down our heating and air conditioning costs by about 50%, if you can believe it, and which is just an incredible savings for us. So if we go on outside.
Oh, open up the entire wall.
So if we look out here, Joe, what we've got, this is absolutely my favorite
I can imagine why. I can imagine why.
We spend a lot of time up here. What we have up here, we've got what we call a green roof.
Right, those are a variety of sedums.
Right, and the great thing about a green roof is it does a couple of things for you. One, it's beautiful on a roof deck like this, but it is meant to take in the runoff.
Okay.
When we're downstairs, I showed you some rain barrels, but what this does is this can hold a 1-inch rain.
Okay.
So this will soak up a 1-inch rain and prevent that runoff from going out on the ground. It also helps insulate the house. And in addition, the roof is angled in such a way that it is a perfect angle for solar panels.
And you've got solar panels lining the roof up.
Yes, providing us a kilowatt of energy. We're really hoping that this won't be the last LEED Platinum house in Virginia.
And you have a lot of plans of your own?
Yes,
yes.
For? I've started a business called Metro Green. It's a home construction company. I can build for people, but I can also provide consultation. I can only give thanks to Arlington County for an example they've set with the buildings they've done, and their Arlington Green Home Choice program was just great for us.
Great. Patty, I can't thank you enough for a spectacular tour. We've enjoyed every minute of it. We've learned a great deal. I'm sure our viewers are learning a great deal about it too. But I think, isn't it time that we just sat down and started enjoying the view?
Joe. There are just so many interesting ways to make projects environmentally friendly these days, and they come out looking so cool. If you're thinking of doing any of these construction projects around the house, you really should check out the U.S. Green Building Council's website at usgbc.org for lots of great ideas to make your home a little greener.